Hi students, good morning to everybody. Okay, last class I was sent about the elementary canal of digestive system in human being. Now today I will explain about the gut wall of elementary canal and parts of elementary canal. Now coming to this is the diagram representation of digestive system of human being. The last class I gave the some parts in the alimentary canal. This is the alimentary canal. It start with the mouth. This start with the mouth. Here end with the anus. So this is a tubular, long tubular continuous coiled canal. The digestive system is called alimentary canal. See, this is a start with the mouth, end with the anus. Now here mouth followed by the next part. What is this? This is the buccal cavity. This is the buccal cavity, followed by the here pharynx. Pharynx is the common passage for respiratory system and digestive system, and followed by this is the esophagus, and followed by this is the here cyclic distensible muscular structure is called stomach, and stomach followed by the this is the small intestine. This is the longest part in the alimentary canal. This is a small intestine, and small intestine followed by the next part. This is the large intestine. Now it end with the anus. Now let us coming to today. This is the gut wall. Histology of gut wall. Histology of gut wall means gut. Other name of gut is other name of alimentary canal is called gut. This is the gut wall, diagrammatic representation of the transverse section of gut. Gut means alimentary canal. Can we see from where to where? From esophagus to anus. From esophagus to anus, the wall of these parts, which are lined by the from outer to inner 4 layers, which are lined by the 4 layers from outer to inner. So they are outer. This is the serosa layer. This is the outer serosa layer. It is made by the thin mesothelium, that is modified simple squamous epithelium, and followed by the next your muscular layer is also called musculine layer or muscle layer. Mostly here the alimentary canal, it is lined by which muscles? Smooth muscles. The muscles of alimentary canal are modified smooth muscles. In which here it is arranged 2 layers, that is outer longitudinal layer. This is the outer longitudinal layer, inner circular layer. Outer longitudinal, inner circular layer. Now some portions of these 2 layers, some portions of the alimentary canal, the case of stomach, between these 2 layers another layer is there, that is called oblique muscle. Another muscles are there called oblique muscles. That is specialization of the stomach only. Now one more point you should remember about the muscle layer in the alimentary canal. Superior and middle part of esophagus, pharynx and tongue, these 3 parts which are made by the skeletal muscles. The 3 parts are made by the skeletal muscle. Okay, I'll tell once again. Superior, middle and pharynx, tongue, these 4 parts are made by the skeletal muscles. The rest of the remaining part of the gut wall, which are made by the exclusively smooth muscles. You should remember superior middle part of the esophagus. Superior middle part of esophagus means this is the esophagus. This is the esophagus. So up to this part here, up to this part, from this part to this part here, middle part of the esophagus. This is the inferior part of esophagus. Now this is the superior part of esophagus. Superior part of esophagus, middle part of esophagus, inferior part of esophagus. This part, and pharynx, tongue. In this region tongue is there. These 4 parts which are made by the skeletal muscles. Remaining part of the alimentary canal, which are lined by the smooth muscles. Now coming to the muscular layer of the alimentary canal, which contains nerve plexus. The nerve plexus which are present in the muscle layer of alimentary canal called Myenteric plexus or plexus of aerobag, or myenteric plexus, where they are present, which are present in the muscle layer of the alimentary canal. What is its use to us? These myenteric plexus are aerobag plexus, which are receive the impulses regarding to digestion, sensitive area, autonomous nervous system, thereby in turns produce them some involuntary functions. Involuntary functions are generated by the hypothalamus in the brain. That involuntary functions which are perceived from the this part of the alimentary canal. Which part? Muscle layer. So because of muscle layer which contain lot of a network of nerve fibers called myenteric plexus, and followed by the next layer in the gut wall. This is the submucosal layer. This is a submucosal layer of alimentary canal, which it is made by the loose connective tissue present in the submucosal layer of alimentary canal. In the case of some portion of alimentary canal, in the case of where duodenum part of alimentary canal, duodenum is the small part of small intestine. This part of submucous layer of the duodenum, which contain specialized glands, they are called Brunner's glands. They are the intestine gland. Other name of the Brunner's glands are called intestine glands, which are present in the submucous layer of the small intestine. That is especially duodenum part of small intestine, which contain Brunner's glands. They are also known as intestinal glands, which secrete intestinal juices into the intestine for digestion of food material. And followed by the next layer. What is this? This is mucus layer. So this is the mucus layer. This also made by the connective tissue, loose connective tissue. Mucus layer also made by the loose connective tissue. Now the mucus layer of the stomach, which give many irregular foldings. The irregular foldings which are present in the mucus layer of the stomach called stomach rugae or gastric rugae. Among them, between these rugae or among the rugae, here some small pits are there called gastric pits or gastric glands. What are the gastric glands? The glands which are present in the stomach within the irregular foldings of the stomach. Irregular foldings of the stomach are called gastric rugae, which are folded by the mucus layer of the stomach. These are called gastric rugae. Now coming to the mucous membrane of the small intestine. Which gives many regular foldings, or which gives foldings called intestinal rugae. The intestinal rugae, which gives small villi-like structures called intestinal villi. Intestinal villi, which are lined by the microscopic projections, they are called microvilli. Actually, microvilli, they are the derivative of the columnar epithelial cells in the mucous membrane. Microvilli, they are the derivatives of columnar epithelial cells of the mucous membrane. These microvilli, which are helps increase the surface area of absorption. Microvilli, where are the present in the microvilli? Microvilli are present in the villi. Where are the villi? Villi are present in the small intestine. What are villi? Mucous membrane of the small intestine, which gives many foldings. These foldings are called microvilli. Villi, not microvilli, villi. The villi which are give the many small microscopic projections, they are called microvilli. Now the villi which contain villi which contain a network of blood vessels, and large lymph vessels are present in the microvilli. Large lymph vessels are present in the villi, and network of blood vessels are present in the villi. So this is called lacteole. Now between the, coming to one more point here, between the villi in the small intestine or basal part of villi in the small intestine possess many follicles are there called Lieberkühn follicles or crypts of Lieberkühn. crypts of Libercules are present in the villi of basal part of villi in small intestine. Basal part of villi in small intestine possess many follicles called here Libercule follicles or crypts of Libercules here, which are also helps in the secretion of digestive juices into the lumen of intestine or digestion of food material. So this is the gut wall, the transfer section of gut wall in the human being. Okay.